Hi, I'm Philip Oliver. I'm CEO and co-founder of Blitz Games Studios. I set the company up with my brother some 20 years ago, and we now run a fantastic international video games company. Over the years, we've created 30 or 40 titles that sell internationally. Recent games will include things like Dead to Rights, Karaoke Revolution, Pac-Man World 3. So a game like Dead to Rights on the top end might have a team of 60, 70 people working for 3 years. It's a huge undertaking. If somebody wants to work in the games industry, they have to have talent, and a lot of it. It's an incredibly competitive industry. My advice to somebody that wants to get into the video games industry is go for it, but that means putting in a lot of dedication. There are many, many different routes. When my brother and I started writing video games, we just put an enormous number of hours into learning how to program and do the art just at home in the bedroom. But these days there are so many different routes. You can go to university and there are many degree courses, but equally you could actually write your own Flash programs, your own iPhone apps, and actually learn the skills pretty much from your back bedroom and actually be published.
My name's Lance Winter. I'm a senior designer here at Blitz Games Studios. This is kind of my dream job. There are a lot of different skills you need. It's a mix between creative and technical skills. You might be working in a 3D application one day and then doing like programming or scripting another day. So it's a real blend of different skills. I worked on a game called Dead to Rights Retribution, and my main role on that was building the game levels. That involved sort of planning out on paper the kind of path that the player would follow, and then actually getting in with our tools and building that and creating a 3D environment out of it. Game development is a massively collaborative discipline. We work with artists, programmers, testers, all sorts of external and internal producers to make sure that the game is delivered on time, on budget, and is a great fun game to play. Challenging part is probably just working with all the different disciplines and different types of people, but that's also probably the most rewarding. We've got a massive talent pool here, and working with all these different people with all these really creative ideas is a really rewarding and engaging part of my job.
My name is Lindsay Graham and I'm a designer at Blitz Games Studios. One of the games I've most recently worked on is Dead to Rights Retribution. I worked as a level editor on the earlier part of the project, and then towards the end I had a more specific role of implementing all of the dialogue. Communication is very, very important when making a game. Teamwork is what it's all about. You just need to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. The most rewarding part of working in games is when you start off with nothing. You just have like a sheet of paper and you just start brainstorming ideas, and then slowly you get all of those ideas together, you start collating them, documenting them, and then eventually you actually start implementing them, working with the artists and the coders to get everything into the game, and eventually it ends up on the shelves.
My name's Anthony Woods and I am a games programmer here at Blitz. I've been here for nearly 2 years now. The skills you need for that really are sort of to be analytic, good at problem solving. It's a lot of maths sort of stuff and physics and things like that, so a kind of general understanding and appreciation of those sort of areas. Right now I'm working on a game for the Xbox 360 which is called U-Star 2. It's using some of Microsoft's new technology which is all about motion control. For me the most rewarding part has got to be seeing people interact with the game and really enjoy it. I'd say the more challenging parts of it are kind of attaining that, you know, knowing what's going to be fun and knowing whether the things that I'm implementing, am I doing it in the right way? Is it going to end, you know, is it going to lead to a game that's fun to play? That's the challenge. My kind of passion, if you like, is to do with interaction and user interfaces. So I find it really interesting to see how people interact with our games and how they kind of what's expected of them when they sort of stand there in front of the game, pad in hand. You know, how do they react? And as a programmer, there are certain things that I can do to kind of influence that and to help that. And so that kind of area, if you like, really interests me, and I think if I could spend all my time sort of just focused on that, then that would be my ideal.
Certainly we would be very interested in talking to people that have found out and learnt the skills themselves and gone that extra mile, and we would look at those people to employ.